Hello and welcome to Business 24 here on iBrandTV Lagos. I'm Michael Nath, your host on the show. On this episode, we are looking at an issue which has been generating over time all over the world. Before we go ahead, let's take this business tip. After that, we'll go on a break, and when we resume, we'll go straight into the main discussion for today. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we have the rest of the show.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found a solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
You're watching Business 24 on iBrandTV. As an individual, you do subscribe to the saying that it's a man's world, or what a man can do, a woman can do better. Whichever side you belong to, it is a fact that some women have performed feats many men can only dream of. Examples abound, from the DG, World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, to the German Chancellor Angela Merkel, US Vice President Kamala Harris, and many more around the world. However, we are looking at a career and gender issues. It is common knowledge that glass ceiling exists. What exactly is glass ceiling? A glass seal? Well, right here in the studio to help us answer these questions and, of course, do a lot more on the show is Dayo Odubanjo-Ibe. Dayo Odubanjo-Ibe is a human resource specialist. Hello, Dayo. You're welcome to Business 24.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
You don't even need to tell me that. For the beautiful smiles on your face, that's already said. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Now, this saying, it's a man's world, and a woman, what a man can do, whatever a man can do, a woman can do even better.
Okay.
Which direction would you go? Which of these two do you subscribe to?
Well, I will subscribe to what a man can do, a woman can do better.
Interesting.
But I can also tweak that just a little bit.
Go ahead.
By saying that sometimes we really don't need to compare and say what a man can do, a woman can do better, because there are certain activities that women would perform better at, while there are some certain activities that men will perform better at. Women have naturally been blessed with the ability to multitask. Most times, men are usually not able to do that.
You think that's not controversial?
It's not. I think when you do a survey, you'd find out that women are able to multitask, and men usually prefer to focus on doing some certain things very well and getting very good at them. But for women, they can juggle so many things at the same time. For example, a career woman who is married is going to look after the children, sometimes going to take them to the school, is going to make sure they have their lunch, is also going to go back to the office, and is probably heading a team of sometimes between 5 to 10 people, and she has to delegate and make sure that everything works properly. But we find out that in some cases, men, they just want to focus on paying the bills and then heading to the office. They are not able to be saddled with all those other different activities. So, so I can subscribe to the fact that what a man can do, a woman can do better. But like I said, I'm tweaking it a little to say there are activities indeed that women can do better, and there are activities that men can do better. I think there are some, I believe that there are some activities that require more strength, that require physical strength, where I feel that the men will always do them better. But I think intellectually, people feel that women can do better intellectually most times. But for things that require physical strength, men can do them better. Not to say that women cannot do physical things and men cannot be intellectual as well. That's not what we're saying. But there are things women do and they are very good at, and there are things men do that they are very good at.
Physical and intellectual.
Yes.
Which is superior to which? No, because you've given the physical, you've given the physical to the men and the intellectual to the women. Which are? Tell us, which is superior now?
None is superior.
So both of them are equally cool.
Yes.
Now tell me something. If you found yourself at the helm of affairs of a very big organization.
Okay.
And you are looking for somebody to head such organization, manage it.
Okay.
All right. Would you, and you have options A and B.
Okay.
One is a man, the other one a woman.
Okay.
And both of them have the same qualification,
okay,
the same experience, period of experience and what have you.
Okay.
And then you're asked to forget about your gender now,
yes,
all right?
Yes.
And you're asked to go pick one of these two,
okay,
to manage this big organization of yours and get you the best results. Who would you go for, and what's your reason? Okay. Or what are your reasons?
Okay. Right. Now, depending on the industry or the type of organization. Now, for an IT organization, IT industry, I'll go with a man. And for a human resources consulting company, I'll go for a woman. Now, I would say that not because I'm an HR professional, but because I've seen over time that in human resources, women are able to add some more empathy and compassion to the cost of doing the job and carrying out the job functions, which men most times do not have. Not that they don't want to do it,
okay,
but they just don't have it. Women have more empathy. And in HR, you need that to be able to get along with people. It depends on the aspect of HR we're talking about, right? But people welfare is one of the most important aspects of HR. People want you to be able to connect with them, even when they're having issues and while they're trying to do their jobs. They want you to be able to connect with them. Most times, the men are not able to connect that way. Not that they don't want to, but the women are able to. Now, for an IT industry, I will go with a man because it's IT, it's technical. Not that a woman will not be able to do the job, but that's what I would pick because I work in an IT industry.
Okay.
And the CEO is a man, and he's doing a fantastic job. And I know that, I'm not saying it's because it's a man, but I've seen the industry and I've seen what it takes. And I believe that he's doing the job very well because he's a man. And it's an IT industry.
We have been taught that business is always different from the owner of the business.
Yes.
In other words, in business, there is no room for emotions
Yes.
or sentiments.
Yes.
From your explanation now, you talked about sympathy and empathy or whatever for
Yes.
the woman.
Yes.
And that gives her a better opportunity to handle human resources.
Yes.
Isn't that conflicting?
No, it's not conflicting, and that was why I said for HR, for human resources, you need that. Gone were those days where HR is being handled like, okay, we're just going to discipline you. Once you have an issue, everything is disciplinary, we're going to discipline you. No, it goes beyond that. Now we focus on people's emotional well-being. Especially during the COVID crisis of last year, we found out that even though people were working from home,
when you say COVID crisis of last year, it's still here with us.
Oh, it's still here with us, but we are almost, it's not as bad as last year where we are all locked up in the house. Now, while we were working from home, we realized that a lot of people were struggling emotionally. And as an HR person, you have to be able to speak with them and encourage them and let them know that, okay, we understand that you feel this way, but try and do this way. What are your issues? Let's know your issues. Sometimes we get personal. We ask personal things because you cannot separate the personal aspect of the life from the work. We found that over time. But before, it used to be just come to work, do your job. I don't want to know what's happening with you personally. I don't want to know about your emotional well-being, whether you're fine or not. Just make sure you come to work. Get the job done because you're being paid to do that. But now we found that over time that you cannot separate empathy and you cannot separate looking out for people's well-being from their performing their job functions effectively and efficiently. They go hand in hand. Now, women are naturally able to have empathy, to nurture, to care, while men take the back seats in those areas.
There are areas where you have males dominate.
Yes.
And there are areas where females dominate.
Exactly.
If we place both on a scale, definitely the areas where males dominate appears to be way heavier.
Yes.
Okay. Now, are you trying to tell me that if you give a woman an opportunity to try out the male-dominated areas, there are chances she could excel, that is, do better than the males who are there?
Yes, there are chances that she can do better. That's because a woman is able to look at a situation, even if she feels, oh, I'm not prepared for this role. What does she do? She decides, okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to speak with mentors? Do I need to get myself trained? So she's not just going to sit back and look at it that, oh, they want me to take up this role. I think I can do it better. But is she equipped to do the job? So if she's not equipped to do the job, what a woman would typically do is to find out ways that she can equip herself so that she can do the job well. Now, because of the whole glass ceiling rule that has been there for a long time, the woman already knows that she's been looked at and their expectations. Is she going to be able to do a better job than a man? She has that at the back of her mind. And sometimes it's a driving force. Because you know that, oh, people are already looking at the fact that you might fail at doing this job because men are usually the ones that dominate this area or this industry and perform well. So when you're about to take up that role as a woman, you prepare yourself. Maybe not as much as the man would have prepared himself, but you prepare yourself. You speak with mentors, people that have spent more years in the industry. You go for trainings, you look for trainings that you know will be able to develop you and prepare you to take up that role. So the woman can do better, but then she would prepare herself to take up the role.
I want us right at this juncture to delve into the political aspects now.
Okay.
Nigeria, since inception, for instance, has been headed by the males. We've been having myriad of issues, problems, and up till today, a solution is yet to be achieved or found. Are you telling me that a woman, from your explanations,
Yes.
who is in a better position to handle complex issues because of the talent of multitasking,
Yes.
can do better.
Yes, I believe so.
Come on, let's hear more from you.
Okay, so
How is this magic going to work? How is it going to be possible?
can I use examples of women?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Now, like for Mrs. Ngozi
Okonjo-Iweala. Who else are you going to talk about? Then go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, she performed well while she was Minister of Finance, and she did a good job, and she continued to maintain that, and she's at the World Bank now, heading affairs at the World Bank. And the World Bank, we all know that it's not a small entity. It involves a lot of countries. It involves a lot of other organizations, and a country is almost something like that. A country has, like Nigeria, has 36 states, has different corporations, federal parastatals under it, right? And so she's handling maybe a smaller aspect of it, but she's handling something like that. And it even has to do with finance. And we know that part of the major problems we have in Nigeria is handling our finances. And I believe that if she's given that opportunity, because she has learnt, she has been the minister at some point, she's been in the shoes, because sometimes people will tell you when you're not wearing the shoes, you're not able to advise properly. But because she has worn, if not both pairs of the shoes, but she's worn one, and she understands how it feels. I believe if she's given the opportunity to be the president of the country, she's going to sit back, look at a lot of areas, and come with a great plan to make Nigeria work.
We've had women in the past who had the opportunity of being in business, that's in government.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, they disappointed the women folk.
Yes, I'm aware.
You're aware. We had Minister of Aviation sometime in the past.
Yes.
This time around, we have Minister of, is it fine? No, airports.
Petroleum?
No, airports.
Okay.
Okay, petroleum. Name them. So many of them who have tasted governance ended up in corruption. That is, they didn't end well. They were all either chased out of that position with disgrace, or for one reason or the other, but it's all negative.
Okay.
Are you trying to tell me that this is not all we're going to get from the women folk if they're given this kind of opportunity?
No.
Tell me just one woman who has been on that position and performed credibly well from the start to finish.
I just called her.
Not just one person. All right, now.
Okay, right now at the top of my head, that's who I can think
it's
about.
all right. It's okay.
Yes.
Let's not overlabor that side.
Yes.
But have it at the back of your mind, okay? Now, talking about career women.
Okay.
There is a limit to everything. When a woman gets married, for instance, she has more of her responsibilities within the home, within the family.
Yes.
If she should combine the home affairs with career, which has to do with the outside, meaning in the morning, for instance, the man wakes up, who is expected to be the breadwinner, wakes up, goes out for business to look for money. The woman also does the same thing.
Yes.
The family suffers, the kids suffer. What do you have to say about this? Should it be encouraged?
Okay, I'm going to personally just speak, what I feel personally.
All right.
It's not what's happening, but that's what I believe. Let me not say feel, believe. I believe that the men should be the breadwinner of the home. They should be the ones to go out and, make sure that the bills are paid. And I believe that the women should be at home taking care of the kids. Not that they can't work on the side. Thankfully, we now have a lot of online jobs. Online jobs allow you to still work, but at the same time, you can work flexibly. It's called flexi time, where you don't necessarily have to do 9 to 5. So if you're going to be busy taking care of the kids, running school errands, for example, from 9 to 5, there are jobs where you can do 6 to 11 or 7 to 11. So that's flexi time. So those jobs are available now. I'm a strong believer that the woman should look after the children and should look after her husband. I'm a strong believer.
It's brought about a lot of confusion, a lot
Yes.
of misunderstanding
Yes.
between couples,
Yes, it
like,
has.
do you understand? And they are hell-bent on doing their career. Yes, we have instances where the women are the breadwinners.
Yes.
Does this make any difference?
In situations like this, the reality is a woman, no matter how much she's career driven, or let me say most women, no matter how career driven they are, they want their men to look after them, to look after the home. They want that. They want that.
No matter how successful they are.
Yes, they want their men to look after them. Now, the only reason why they might tend to focus on the job is if, unfortunately, the men are unable to meet up. If they are unable to meet up. But if the man can take care of the home, take care of the family, yes, the woman may still be career driven, but she knows that even if I can't sort out some bills, my husband is able to sort them out. But when a woman knows that her husband will not be able to sort out some bills, and she wants the good life for herself, for her children, and even for the husband to support him, to assist him, then she's going to go all out to make sure she's doing her best in her career. She's climbing to the top. She's going to do that. So basically, for this whole thing to even out,
okay,
the men should look after the home, pay the bills. Even if your wife is working, don't put her under pressure where she would feel that she has to do the 2 jobs. That's her job and then your job. And then because of that, she's spending more time at work. She's reading more because she wants to quickly climb to the top. But you find out that there are men that are doing very well. You see the way their women work.
okay,
They work calmly. They are much calmer. They don't feel like they are under pressure because they know that, oh, my husband, in fact, if he wants to even stop me from working now, he can stop me and still pay the bills. But then the man is just understanding the fact that he met her as a career woman and is supporting her and is encouraging her. But if the woman is left to be the breadwinner of the home, she'll be providing financially for the home, but other aspects of the home will suffer. All the tender, loving care you expect, the children expect, the husband expect, they may not get it as often as they should get them because the woman is now being worn out and she's getting unnecessarily tired.
This question should have come quite early, but it's not. It's still very relevant.
Okay.
Who's a career woman?
Okay. All right. A career woman is a woman that believes in doing her job very well, effectively and efficiently, and getting to the top of her career. Meaning, if it means that the top is being the MD, she wants to get there. And so she's going to do whatever it takes, positively I mean, to get there. Is it trainings? Is it going for conferences? Is it having mentors? Is it ensuring that she's contributing to the growth of the organization? Different areas. And that's what makes a career woman. So a career woman is not one who, after 5 years, now says, okay, I've done 5 years. Now, let me now go and rest. I've done enough. A career woman will continue to work until it's time for her to retire.
I was happy when I heard you say positively that it's doing the right things.
Yes.
Now, most of our banks have more of female employees
Okay.
as marketers. The way it's like you know where I'm coming from and where I'm headed, okay?
I think so.
And they believe that are you going to say this is one of the female-dominated areas? I don't know, whatever reasons you have, but we've known that. I have a couple of friends out there who are business tycoons, okay, who some of these, marketers, marketing executives had approached in the past, and it's like they're ready to do anything to get the money off you. That's not dignifying, is it?
It's not dignifying, and that's not what we mean by a career woman. And that was why I had to tell you, we'll do whatever it takes, but positively, to get there. I had to put that in there. Now, for the reason why women there are more female salespeople in the bank, and not only in the bank, most times in the sales department, there are usually more females than males, because we just feel that women take that extra care to look good, look nice, and the male folks appreciate it. They appreciate them more. So it doesn't necessarily have to end up where it shouldn't end up, but they just know that when a woman approaches a man to discuss, he usually most times wants to listen, because he's impressed by maybe the way she's well put together, the way she's speaking, she's very eloquent. He's impressed. But when it's the men to the men, it's just what it is. But it doesn't mean that you need to, go the negative way to achieve what you want to achieve. That's all I'm going to say about that.
And you wouldn't want to go beyond that.
No, I wouldn't want to.
And I wouldn't want to push you any further.
Yes.
Now, given the choice, that's for a man, a woman now, given the choice career and homekeeping, which way would you go?
Just to clarify, this is just me speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for the female folks. I'm just speaking for myself.
Very briefly now, and let it serve as your parting shot. Okay.
So I would prefer to be at home to look after the kids, because I'm a family-oriented person. I believe that you should give the necessary time to look after your children and your husband. It's very important. I grew up that way, and I understood the impact of my parents being in our lives. It impacted us positively. And so for parents who are not at home to look after their kids, or the mother is not at home to look after the kids, most times there's always a negative impact. So in as much as we need money to achieve a lot of things, it's important that that presence, the motherly presence, the fatherly presence when possible, is important to make sure that the children are impacted on positively.
Thank you very much, Dayo.
Thank you.
We hope when next we invite you, you'll be here.
Yes, I will.
It's been very, very interesting topic there, talking about career women and glass ceiling. And our guest today is Dayo Odubanjo-Ibe. Just did justice to it. We'll come your way again next time to bring you another very, very interesting edition of Business 24. Till then, I'm Michael Nath. Bye-bye.